Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the dot product and cross product of vectors. For the dot product, just a friendly reminder from pre-calculus, if you have a vector that has components 2, 3, and w to be 1, 4, we can figure out the dot product, sometimes called the inner product, by doing the following. 2 times 1, that's 2. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 plus 12 is 14. That's pretty much how to do it. Well, what happens if we have a vector in 3 dimensions? 2, 3, 5, 1, 0, negative 4. Well, same exact thing. We're going to go 2 times 1, which is 2. 3 times 0, which is 0. 5 times negative 4, negative 20. Now, one thing I should take away right away is this. The dot product is just a numerical value. It is not a vector. So this here will be negative 18. So we're going to do 2 times 1 plus 3 times 0 plus 5 times negative 4. Let's try another one. Compute the dot product. 5i minus 8j plus 3k and 1i plus 2j minus 2k. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to write 5, negative 8, 3. I'm going to write down 1, 2, negative 2, and then I'm going to do the dot product, which will result in a number. We're going to start here and say 5 times 1, that's 5. Negative 8 times 2, that's going to be negative 16. And then, then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. We're going to add those up. Negative 11 and negative 6 makes negative 17, and that's the dot product of the two vectors. Now, what we're going to do is figure out how to do the cross product of two vectors. Now, something that's really, really important is the following. The result of a dot product is a number, and the result of a cross product is a vector. So don't confuse the two, okay? This one's going to take a little bit of work. So imagine we have the vector A with 3 components, B with 3 components. To find the cross product, not the dot product, to find the cross product, what we're going to do is we're going to take A times B, so I'm going to use a different color here. A2 times B3 minus A3 times B2. Notice this is just to give you the first component, and that piece has nothing to do with 1. So the first component, you're not using any subscript of 1. When you get to the second component, you guessed it, there's no subscript of 2. The way that you do that is you're going to do A3 times B1 minus A1 times B3. Finally, to get the third, you're not going to use the third part here, okay? So we're going to do A1 times B2 minus A2 times B1. And we're going to write it as a vector. Another way of doing this is as follows. All you have to do is block off which one you're doing. So in order to get the first component, I'm going to go like this. Okay? I'm going to write down the letter I, and I'm going to say the highlighted part is blocked off, and I'm going to do this times this minus this times this. So A2 times B3 minus A3 times B2, and since we're using I, that's what we're doing there. Now, we're going to do, that would give you that number there. In this case here, if you wanted to do the same thing, what you're going to do here is you're going to block off the J, and you're going to do the same thing. But if you do it this way, you must put a negative. Notice here, I did A3, I did it this way. Right? So if you want to do it this way, so let's block off J. You're going to do, we're left with, so I'm just going to delete this right here or erase it. If I get rid of this, what's left over? A1 times B3 minus, let me get rid of this, minus A3 times B1. And we need to put J there. But note, you must switch the sign. So basically, you could figure out anything by just, if you have a square here, cross multiplying and taking the difference. So multiply, multiply, and subtract the two. Okay, just remind yourself that the sign switches for the second one. So here, this is what we can do for this. To get the first component, I have A to be 2, 1, -1, B to be -3, 4, and 1. I'm going to write I, J, K, and I'm going to put these numbers down here. This is all A, and this is all B. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to block this off, and I'm just going to cross, what I call cross multiply. 1 times 1, -1 times 4, and then always subtract the 2. I got 5I, okay? I'm going to just get rid of that there. And now for this one, I'm going to now block the J. So block the J. What's left over? This times this minus this times this. But remember to negate the second one. Okay? And then finally, to get the third one, it's just going to be this times this minus this times this, and this one will stay. So the cross product for this is just the vector 5I minus 1J plus 11K. So that's how you find the cross product and the dot product for three-dimensional figures. And in my next video, I'm going to show you why they are important and where they are used. So for this video, all you should know how to do is compute them. Remember that the dot product is a number and the cross product is a vector. Have a great day.